A just-released Fox News poll shows Donald Trump regaining his lead in Iowa. Texas Senator Ted Cruz seemed to be building momentum, but now, just 8 days before the caucuses, Trump has once again a double-digit lead. For a fair and balanced debate, Rand Paul's former presidential campaign advisor, Chris Metzler, and political talk show host, Sean Pittman. Gentlemen, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
To you, Sean.
Hello.
Does Donald Trump now have the big momentum that Ed Henry was talking about?
I think he does. I think he does. I think he attacked Iowa like he does big business deals. In fact, this is the biggest business deal he'll ever do. His ground game is solid now. I mean, people thought it was strange for him to go get Sarah Palin, but I think it had an impact. It certainly didn't hurt him. And it did the one thing that he knows how to do very well, and that's how do I stay in the news? How do I keep the media talking about me? I think it worked.
Well, there's certainly a lot of folks talking about him now. Chris, interesting if you look at the crosstabs of this Fox News poll, really do a deep dive, which I don't know anything about, but the pollsters tell us this is important. Fox News Iowa poll among Iowa GOP likeless caucus goers, are they certain of their choice or are they willing to change their mind? In Iowa, 33% say they may change their mind. So the question is, now that you have Glenn Beck lining up behind Ted Cruz, you're getting a little bit of pushback against Trump from that side. Is things going to change in the next week, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think, look, also in the Iowa discussion is the question of Iowans wanting the most conservative candidate. Clearly, in my view, that's not Donald Trump. And so I think you have the opportunity here to shake up this race. Don't be surprised. I mean, the numbers are what they are at this point, but it would not be a surprise, particularly with Beck coming out. It would not be a surprise if the race were upended. And keep in mind, this is a caucus. And so as a caucus, what we're really talking about is getting the ground game in order. So right. I would not be surprised if there were an upset.
Well, a lot of talk about Trump's ground game, although he hired the guy who won it for Rick Santorum in 2012. So we'll see how that plays out. Something that popped over the weekend, didn't get a lot of coverage because of the storm, was a New York Times report that former New York City Michael Bloomberg, the mayor up there, the former mayor, is thinking now of running for president as a third-party candidate. Chris, is this even possible?
I mean, I think it's possible, but look, I don't think he has any chance. People love their big gulps too much for him to win the presidential race. I think it's a little too late, and I think what we're seeing is kind of a setup, a fight, if you will, of the billionaires. And so I just think that's a distraction, and he's always been a distraction in these kinds of races.
Well, it'll be interesting. He's certainly not batting the rumor down. Chris, Sean, apologize that we have to leave it there. Tight on time. We'll have you both back.
Okay, thank you for having us again.